Cell versus Metal Sonic. Now this is one I frankly didn't see coming. From Death Battle anyway. You know, when they did this, it kind of takes me back to years ago when I saw from Rewind Rumble Mega Sonic from Super Mario Bros. Z versus Cell. When they did that one too. And Cell actually won that one. So, but this case we're getting Metal Sonic versus Cell. So, completely different. I know the scaling and rules are going to be different here as well, so can't wait to see what's going to go on here. But what I am kind of excited about though, this one is with Devil Artemis voicing both Metal Sonic and Cell. And I love Devil Artemis as Cell anyway, so he's great. Kudos to Devil Artemis, and I think this is supposed to be his last Death Battle he's working on too, so I hope he's going out with a bang. I'm already looking at the preview shot of it so far. It's like, ooh, good quality, good quality. Devil Artemis so far, I mean, he doesn't disappoint. I know he's gotten a few critiques here and there from his previous work in some Death Battle episodes, but he's got a huge workload, and it's the reason why he only uploads like 3-minute clips on his main channel, so which is sad. After seeing the kind of shit he goes through for animation, I'm just like, okay, makes sense to me why a lot of his videos are short. But anyways, I am excited to see. It looks like it's gonna be Neo Metal Sonic versus Cell, so I'm curious. I kind of want Metal Sonic to win, but I don't think he will, considering how they did him in Bowser vs. Eggman. So, I don't know. But I want him to win, but I think it could maybe go to Cell, but we shall see. But in any case, I'm going to get shut up and get to watching it. Reaction time! Ooh! Alright.
Cell versus Metal Sonic.
Which copycat android is truly the superior model?
He's Wiz and I'm
Probably
Boosted.
Metal Sonic.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills
But
to find out
Cell's
who would
perfect.
win a death battle.
So yeah, it is Neo Metal Sonic, so.
There's a monster stalking Ginger Town. No one who's seen it has lived to tell the tale. All it left behind was their clothes. Something ate these people's insides, leaving only a shadow behind.
Some kind of creature driven only by the need to feed. Earth's new apex predator, the ultimate life form.
The Namekian
Cell.
went to investigate this manslayer and discovered that it was intelligent. Its tail could unravel to absorb its hapless victims and add their energy to its wretched gestalt.
But the nightmare was only just beginning, because for its last trick, somehow this freak of nature knew the Kamehameha.
The mystery of this creature's origin was decades in the making. Years ago, the world was terrorized by the most advanced paramilitary organization in history.
The Red Ribbon Army.
Until they got rocked by this little kung fu gremlin, Son
course.
Goku.
But Red Ribbon's dream of revenge lived on within their head scientist, Dr. Giro.
Hiding away in his spooky
Because
cave
he
laboratory,
survived and was still
Giro
hiding.
would go to work studying the Z fighters from afar, learning everything
Aaron turned
there
himself
was
into
to
an
know
android
about
too.
him.
And building a series of androids that would destroy his spiky-haired nemesis once and for all.
He made a ton of
including
them.
himself.
Infinite energy androids, key-absorbing androids, trucker head androids, and even... ginger android.
However, none of Giro's creations were capable of matching.
I forgot
the
Boomstick
drive
has a
to
problem with
improve
gingers.
that Goku and his fellow martial artists possessed.
Luckily, he had one more android left. A cute little booger so complex he'd take years after Giro's death to complete. Its name was Cell.
Born from a single cell, get it? This android possessed the genetic information of all the
Yeah, let's see, look at his feet too. Yeah, he's 7 feet. Bio android, yep. I sometimes forget, like, yeah, he is an android, but a very, very advanced bio android. Composition of Earthlings, Saiyan, Namekian, Frieza clan, etc. Yep, because he has a bit of everything in there. Created to avenge the Red Ribbon Army. Extremely annoying to draw. Really? Oh shit, I didn't know about that part. Likes tournaments. You know. Being that he's hosted a tournament. Heat Tap. Kermit the Frog. Ah, shit, we got a Devil Artemis reference in here. I love how they acknowledge the DAU in here just because of Devil Artemis's association with Death Battle here. Thank you. I caught on to that And anyone who watches Devil Artemis 2, I hope caught on to that too.
The greatest warriors that had battled on Earth, and, when fully evolved, would become unstoppable.
And with their DNA, Cell absorbed all their powers and techniques too.
Common among all of them is the power to manipulate Ki, or the energy that exists in all living things, and weaponize it to fire energy blasts, fly at faster than light speeds, move things with telekinesis, and create force fields.
From the humans, Krillin and Tien, Cell knows the multiform technique, Destructo Disc, and the Tri-Beam.
I forget
his
about the
extra
multiform
special
technique
favorite.
sometimes.
Oh, weird.
It's not
I'm
as used
seeing
as it
Jiaozu
was
on this
before.
list. Sorry, bud.
Is Chiaotzu human?
Oh.
Okay. Cell can fire the Death Beam, as well as
think he
breathe
would
in
be.
and travel through the vacuum of space with the alien genes of Frieza and his father.
And because he's got Piccolo's DNA, Cell can regenerate humongous damage to his body at the cost of some Ki.
Cell has survived having
Yeah,
half
right.
his body vaporized multiple times, and cannot be destroyed unless the small cluster of cells at the core of his being is eradicated.
Should that little bugger survive,
Yeah.
Cell will always return, even stronger than
Mm-hmm.
before, because of the Saiyan DNA he got from Goku and Vegeta. Definitely the cream of the genetic crop.
Sure, he can
Yep.
perfectly replicate attacks like the Gallic Gun, Spirit Bomb, and of course Kamehameha, as well as
Yeah, of course, but let's see his abilities and arsenal. Yep. Flight, key manipulation, absorption, telekinesis, self-destruct as... Yeah. Same power boost, Namekian regeneration, the Kamehameha, instant transmission, the Galagun, Big Bang attack, special beam cannon, death beam, solar flare, multiform technique, tri-beam, destructo disc, and spirit bomb. Though we never see him actually ever use the spirit bomb, but
teleport by locking onto a living being's key signature.
But the best part of being a Saiyan is how much crazy stronger they get every time they almost die.
They can even evolve to become orders of magnitude stronger in the midst of battle. Combine that with Cell's healing factor, and he is effectively the ultimate warrior.
Like a perpetual shonen motion machine.
Driven by a
Of course they show it was
biological
Vegeta.
imperative, Cell wanted nothing more than to devour Giro's previous androids, 17 and 18, believing it would make him perfect.
perfect.
Only one problem.
And it
the
did.
Cell we know was born in the future, and both 17 and 18 had been destroyed. So he murdered Trunks and went back in time. Not our Trunks, future Trunks. Well, not future Trunks, but another future Trunks. It's very complicated.
Yeah,
There's like 5
multiverse theories
timelines.
of
As Cell
bitch,
defeated
isn't
and
it?
absorbed the androids, he evolved. Not only
Evolved
getting
state,
stronger, but changing his
perfect Cell,
personality and
semi-imperfect
developing a lust
Cell,
for
and
battle.
perfect
He
Cell.
became less
Super
creepy
perfect
bug
Cell.
serial killer and more, well, Saiyan. After exploiting
Yeah.
that very Saiyan arrogance and warrior's pride, Cell finally became perfect.
And easily dominated Trunks and Vegeta, the latter of whom had decades of battle experience under his belt.
Perfect Cell's power was off the charts. He could threaten the whole Earth just by powering up. With a full power Kamehameha, he was even capable of destroying our entire solar system.
While the vast majority of our solar system's mass is located in the sun, this still means that Cell's Ki wave would have to reach 2.8 billion miles to eradicate every planet.
But Wiz, maybe he was just exaggerating.
Not likely. Cell's claim has been backed up in multiple guidebooks, and even demonstrated
Oh.
outright in the video games.
Cell's even stronger in the
Okay.
anime adaptation, considering the time Frieza blew up Namek. In the anime, the explosion was literally hundreds of light years wide and lit up the friggin' galaxy.
And Cell was far stronger than
Right, I
Frieza was at
forgot.
that point in time.
Hell, the Namekians could sense him all the way from a different galaxy and thought he might be a threat to the whole universe.
He's also incredibly fast, capable of blitzing even the strongest Z fighters at the time. Goku flew from
Right.
Grand Kai's planet of heaven all the way to hell, hundreds
Let me check on his feats real quick. Can destroy the solar system, tank Krillin's Destructo Disc. Well, not too much of a big feat there. Survived the planet-side's final flash, of course. Regenerated from self-destruction, compared to Supreme Demon King Deborah. Really? Where did that comparison come from? Defeated Piccolo, Vegeta, Trunks, and Goku. Eh, could we really say he defeated Goku, though? I mean, Goku never really lost. And he just stopped the fight and just said, "Alright, Gohan, you can take it from here." Unless he just admitted defeat, which I think might be why it counts. It's been a long time, but I'm just thinking, he never did really beat Goku like that. But I was like, well, guess I'll count it. Briefly contended with the almighty Hercule Satan. I know that one's a joke.
Of billions of light years in half a minute. And that was in his base form.
Yeah, that's cool, but how about the power to squeeze mini Cell Juniors out of your butt? What? Never heard of that key technique? Call it the Kegel.
Perfect Cell was entirely without peer and, no longer wedded to Giro's petty grudge, decided to prove it with a tournament.
The Cell Game!
Cell Games!
And if Goku couldn't even beat him, what hope did anyone else have? Vegeta couldn't even handle a Cell Junior.
Their last
right.
hope was Goku's own son, Gohan.
Gohan.
After Cell arrogantly let him power up, Gohan unleashed his rage, pushed the bug monster to his absolute limits, and beat him. Wow, Cell, you really are related to Vegeta, aren't you?
In truth,
Yep.
Cell was a victim of his own success. The same Saiyan genes that made him all-powerful also sowed the seeds of his defeat.
He got so mad he even blew
Inherited
himself
that
up.
pridefulness.
Maybe he does have some Chaozu in him after all.
Even that wasn't enough to totally put him down, and he came back with the same Super Saiyan power-up that Gohan had just unlocked.
Super perfect Cell. Now with more lightning. In a battle for the ages, Cell put the entire weight of his biological programming against one lone Saiyan and went the distance.
But in the end, it still wasn't enough. No
Nope.
matter how brilliantly Dr. Gero copied the Z-Fighters, he still couldn't quite figure out their knack for going beyond.
What can be destroyed can always be rebuilt. All it takes
Cell
to
Max.
recreate the most fearsome warrior in the universe is one single Cell.
Hey, real quick,
Maybe
did you know
we'll see him
Death Metal
return
launched our
again.
own tabletop gaming channel? It's called
Oh, you
The
did?
Nightly Brew. We're doing Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, good to know. Sorry, I don't mean to skip over like that, but... Let's see. Maybe I should check it out sometime as a way to chill and hear commentary, though. Right. On to Metal Sonic.
Time and again, the world and its cuddly forest critters were threatened by the evil and oval Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik.
And time and again, that
All
same
the
world
time.
and those same critters were saved by Sonic the Hedgehog. No
Every
matter how
time.
many robotic badniks the good doctor threw at his blue spiky nemesis, his schemes were always 6 spin jumps to the glowing wing spot away from getting cracked and scrambled.
But it wouldn't
Every
be over
time.
easy for Eggman. If he couldn't defeat the Blue Blur, he would make his own, Metal Sonic.
Well, 0 points on creativity for that name, but goddamn, he does look metal as hell.
They say
Yes, he
imitation
does.
is the sincerest form of flattery, so Eggman built Metal with more than enough blast processing to match his
Aliases? Wait, Hyper Metal Sonics, Metal Overlord, and Metal X. Wait. Was Metal X even canon? I thought that was just a fan-made thing. Main, CPU, Lips AI Ekman custom chip, frame, Monokey titanium, okay. Engine, 15CU, 4-valve Organe fusion engine, likes destroying Sonic, breezy, hates Sonic. Okay. That one's funny. And he's... Damn, I forget how short he is sometimes. But yeah.
prototype.
Metal can zoom around at massively hypersonic speeds, fast enough to fly to nearby planets in seconds.
He's tougher than Eggman's standard equipment, some of which can survive black holes.
Metal can use all of Sonic's power-ups, and even replicate his classic spin dash and light speed attack.
But he's got moves of
course.
his own.
He can attack with energy blasts, fire a chest laser, surround himself in an electric aura, or an impenetrable force field.
By overloading his circuitry with energy, Metal can activate V Maximum Overdrive, quadrupling his acceleration and obliterating anything in his path, at the risk of self-destructing.
Let's get back to it.
That'd be enough to turn the rodent into roadkill. But it only took one showdown on Stardust Speedway to send Metal to the scrap heap.
On paper, Metal should be able to outmatch Sonic in every way, and yet
Right.
he doesn't. For
Nope.
some reason,
He always
Eggman wasn't
fails.
able to capture that ineffable quality that makes Sonic the fastest thing alive. Metal's
That and his personality. Personality is key for him.
defeats at the hands of Sonic and his friends sharpened his AI into a seething hatred of his rival and a burning desire to prove himself superior.
Yeah, well,
Makes
when
sense.
you're getting your supersized red ass handed to you by Charmy B, you know something's gone horribly wrong.
Metal's defeats gave him an existential crisis. If he was
Yep.
created to surpass Sonic and couldn't even manage that, what was he? Why should he exist?
Never one to admit defeat, Eggman took Metal back to the drawing board and birthed him
Course.
anew. You.
This Neo Metal Sonic was, above all, far
The best
smarter.
version of him.
Especially after he copied Eggman's intelligence and took over his empire. And we mean literally copied. If Metal started as Sonic's copycat, why not hunt all of his furry friends down and copy them too?
Neo Metal Sonic is
Right.
equipped with scanners in his optic receptors that can
Alright, let's check his abilities. Flight, spin dash, homing attack, chest laser, V maximum overdrive, ring spark field, black shield, copycat, probably his best one. Chaos control. You know, I find it funny that you mentioned this, but they never really used it in, you know, Bowser vs. Eggman. So I feel like one thing that's gonna happen here, they're gonna mention a lot of stuff in here that they didn't mention for him in Bowser vs. Eggman, because I do think at times Eggman's arsenal and, you know, his army was downplayed a lot, especially for Metal Sonic. Just saying. Power-ups, Lost Labyrinth Treasure, Hypergon Energy, Dark Rings, Chaos Emeralds, and Master Emerald. Yep.
person's biodata, giving him the ability to recreate all of their abilities in seconds.
Like the Sonic Boom, Knuckles' Hammer Punch, Tails' magical swiveling asshole, and Big's ability to suck at fishing.
Metal isn't just learning their moves, he can replicate more esoteric.
Wait, let's look at this. Tails speculates in the IDW comic that Metal could have Copy Blaze's pyrokinesis or Soul Emerald manipulation. His comments also infer that Metal can copy in multiple traits at once. Interesting. And I just actually started reading the IDW comics for Sonic, so I definitely need to get. I'm gonna have a lot to get caught up on there.
Like Silver Psychokinesis, manufacture Rouge's mechanical bat guards, or alter his very biology to copy Espio's chameleon invisibility. It's worth mentioning that biological data is a real scientific term, and can refer to molecular structures like the genome sequence within a living organism's DNA.
Yeah, his copying is so busted, it doesn't really matter that he's a robot made of metal. If you can do it, so can he. Probably helps that he can shapeshift and regenerate his whole body from a puddle.
Likely by copying
Right.
one of the
And I find it funny that they mentioned this stuff, right? And they couldn't mention this before in Bowser vs. Eggman when he was being used. I'm just saying, now he's feeling downplayed from before. Oh crap, I haven't muted it.
destruction chaos.
Not the only chaos he's encountered.
By scanning the
Nope.
ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog, he gained his ability to manipulate some of the most powerful artifacts in the universe.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Obama chuckled. You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Yes, the emeralds contain an infinite wellspring of mystical power and life energy. With them, Metal can perform Shadow's chaos control. He can teleport, warp, and distort space, boost his speed, and
Right.
stop time. And with either the Chaos Emerald or Master Emerald, he can transform into Super Neo Metal
Neo
Sonic.
Metal Sonic.
Completely invulnerable and
The Giga Metal
completely
Sonic,
golden.
Metal
Super
Overlord,
Neo Metal
Master
Sonic can
Overlord.
move at faster than light speeds
Metal
and
Sonic,
has the
huh?
power to move continents.
The
That's a
emeralds
new
are
one to me.
inconceivably powerful. They've been used to fuel Eggman's Death Egg, which could obliterate star systems.
On their
Yep.
own, they can even create and destroy whole universes.
Other super characters like Sonic
See what I mean? Why he feels so downplayed?
have battled and defeated beings like the Time Eater, who could destroy
Yep.
multiple dimensions and timelines in seconds. At their peak, 3 super hedgehogs have even fought Solaris, who nearly consumed Sonic's entire multiverse.
So Super
Right.
Neo Metal Sonic should be just as powerful as any of them. Though he's gotta be quick because all that power only lasts a short time.
The road to
Yep.
total domination was nearly at an end. After manipulating Sonic and friends and copying their abilities, Metal eventually combined their biodata with the mighty Egg Fleet and became Metal
Overlord.
Complete with missiles,
Okay.
giant crystal projectiles,
That made me tickle my
and the
throat a
strength
little
to
just
match
from saying it
3
like that.
Supersonic heroes all by himself. Overlord is all-time final boss material.
And he
Yup.
knew it. His ego might as well.
Look at his feats. Usurped control of the Eggman Empire. Can keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog, of course. Flew from Little Planet to Earth in seconds. Harnessed the power of the Chaos Emeralds and Master Emerald. Matched Eggman's genius intellect. Battled Team Sonic, Rose, Dark, Chaotix all at once. And defeated Sonic, Knuckles, Silver, and Shadow. Wait. When did he do that? I know Sonic. When did he defeat Knuckles, Silver, and Shadow? Can someone please tell me that information? Unless this is like referring to the stuff in IDW, but It may, but no. This is what I mean by I may need to get caught up on IDW, because I just started reading it. So we'll see, but for anyone watching, please do let me know.
Had its own health bar. Metal's drive to surpass his rival.
Again, I know Death Battle
delusional
gets a lot of their
belief
research
that he
into
was the
information
original,
wrong, so I
and
take everything they
Sonic
say with a grain of salt.
A copy that Metal had finally outclassed. All the heroes Metal had gathered had to team up to take him down.
He may have stolen their abilities, but Metal never possessed the thing that made the Sonic heroes successful. Their friendship and teamwork.
Aw,
Right.
you, Gag. Probably should have added some of those goddamn rails to the final boss fight, because it is impossible to land on those things. After getting trashed again, Eggman reprogrammed Metal to purge any bits of rebelliousness from his code.
Metal returned to being the Eggman Army's chief enforcer, always proving invaluable as the Bad Doctor's greatest creation, now completely obedient once again.
I don't know, Wiz. Who
course.
knows what's really going on behind those glowing red eyes? Maybe Metal is more cunning than he lets on, and is only biding his time until he can take over again.
Maybe the most powerful thing that Metal copied was the ability to lie.
No, honestly, that last line from Wiz, pretty cold. Pretty cold.
Hey, I'm Chad, the voice of Boomstick.
Another intermission before we go into it. Let's see. Okay, here we are. Let's see. So, judging from everything though so far, and from the information they've given us, I think Metal Sonic may win. I could be wrong. Cell could have a chance, maybe. But I think I want Metal Sonic to win, but I don't think he will, considering how they downplay Sonic characters a lot. I mean, I know they did Silver versus Trunks, but that was Archie Silver. So, and you know, the Archie versions are, you know, pretty OP, but this is a game in IDW Metal Sonic, so I don't know how I can compare them just yet. But, I want Metal to win, but I think Cell's gonna win. That's what I think. Because if they downplayed him like they did in Bowser vs. Eggman, then I think Cell might win.
Are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
All right.
It's time for a death battle!
Give it to us! Alright, the X-Fleet's under attack!
Salutations, Dr. Robotnik.
Hey!
Your reputation precedes
Devil Artemis.
you. Bring me your strongest fighter, or face... Then prepare
Here
to
comes
kneel
Neo.
before your master. Perfect.
Here we go. Oh, already speeding up Spin Dash. Ooh! Cell caught it! Electrocuted! Multiply. Shield! Damn, he's already beating the crap out of Metal right now.
Tell me, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear? Not anymore.
Oh. What's going on? Oh shit, we're getting Metal Overlord this early? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, he can do that. Yeah, this is why I think Cell may win. Oh, the Death Egg! He took it with him. Oh shit, he pulled a Frieza. Damn. He went back to his Neo form.
Fool, you're dealing with the ultimate life form. I already possess this.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
You're dealing with the
That smooth transition in the animation from his silhouette walking from the flames, pretty sick.
ultimate life form.
I like it so far.
I already possess this data. Observe. Chaos.
Oh.
Done.
Oh, is he gonna be able to do it? Yep. There it is.
Life form data successfully copied.
Oh. Does this change everything?
In It'll take more than that to kill me, puppet!
Got him.
Now I know everything about you.
Ah, shit. Oh, you know what? Is that what I think it was?
Insect.
Was that in reference to Cell's? Oh, I love how he did that. Especially with Super Neo Metal Sonic. It's getting a little cocky, but it's understandable. Oh. I can't see! You're too fast! Oh, oh, here comes Cell Jr. Here come my poor versions of myself.
Don't you dare.
Ah, he did it. I love the TN reference. You gave him flashbacks he didn't want to remember. Oh shit. Wait, did he get... Oh, I can't tell for a sec. Hold on, I want to see. But we got the arena. Okay, he was regenerating. I can't tell if he got fully obliterated and just had his core, but okay. But I love how they just came down to his arena. Another DAU reference. I love it. Aww. We even got Metal Sword doing the Kamehameha! Here we go. Oh, shit!
I am not just the greatest warrior in the universe. I am all of them!
Oh shit! No, this can't be a cannon.
If you are all of them, then so am I.
Oh shit! I knew that it wasn't gonna be enough.
To a machine like...
Oh wait, sorry.
I'll never lose to a machine like...
Oh shit! Ah shit! Oh, he got obliterated! Oh! Wait, here's the core. Is that it?
I'll crush you.
That's it? Holy shit! Victory for Metal!
Metal's got all the powers of the Chaos Emeralds and the Z Fighters?
Yep,
That world's fucked. Our
that's what I
bad.
thought.
Cell may have been one of the greatest threats in Dragon Ball Z, but Eggman's greatest creation ultimately proved too much for him. Let's break this down into 4 categories: strength,
Alright.
speed, abilities, and adaptation.
First up, who was the strongest? Well, it's no surprise that any version of Cell was gonna be way more powerful than base Metal or Neo.
Right.
Even just using the manga, blowing up a solar system is far beyond the level of power output Metal can match.
Without his stronger forms. With them, the power gap entirely reversed. Not only could Metal match Cell's solar system busting or scaling from Frieza, but he could surpass it with the universe-destroying power of the Emeralds.
But hang on, Wiz. Those
course, so
Namekians said
Chaos
that
Emeralds
Cell
came
was
in
strong
clutch.
enough to threaten a universe on his own.
They did, but they didn't specify
Yeah.
how, and there's nothing suggesting he could destroy it in one go, especially since it's only brought up theoretically and without any time frame.
Even being generous and assuming he could just blow it up, final bosses like Time Eater and Solaris can destroy the wider multiverse.
Right.
And Super Neo Metal would scale to them. Metal Sonic takes the edge in strength.
And with Sonic
Yeah.
characters being known for their speed, you might think that was an easy win for Metal.
And his max
Yeah, I
speed
think
and his
Metal
super
would be
form,
faster
he
here.
should be comparable to entities like the Time Eater, who in Shadow Generations can destroy entire universes in seconds. By using the radius of the observable
Oh.
universe, we can estimate the Time Eater's destructive wave traveled at about 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Certainly impressive, but let's compare that to Goku's flight from heaven to hell shortly after the Cell games, which covered roughly a universe in distance at approximately 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Oh, hey, just like Time Eater. The difference, though,
Okay.
was that Goku was in his base form, way slower than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Super Perfect Cell.
Factoring in Super Saiyan multipliers, Super Perfect Cell can move upwards of 100 times faster than that, and so 100 times faster than Metal Sonic. Somehow,
Okay.
Cell takes the edge in speed. You know,
Okay.
the thing Metal was designed for.
Wasn't
Yeah, I'm kinda
expecting
surprised
that.
there.
Let's see if any of their abilities could tip the scales.
They shared many of the same powers, like telekinesis, force fields, and energy projectiles. Of note though, Cell's regeneration was clearly superior, able to fully heal from a single cluster of microscopic cells.
On top
Right.
of that, Cell's Saiyan genes would let him grow in power every time he almost died, and his Cell Juniors gave him the numbers advantage.
And considering Super Neo Metal had a time limit, Cell would have a big advantage in a battle of attrition.
But with Chaos Control, that
Yeah.
became
Chaos
a lot
control was a
tougher.
big
Cell
factor
and his juniors
for
had
Metal
no way
Sonic.
to-
You know what I find funny about that? I love how they used it in here for this fight. But when we had Metal Sonic get involved in Bowser vs. Eggman, where was that? I'm just saying. Yeah, this is what I mean. I feel like they really just downplayed Metal in that one compared to this one. Just saying.
deal with Metal boosting his speed or stopping time, something that countered Cell's speed advantage and left him open. And with Silver's psychokinesis, or the Emerald spatial distortion, Metal could seriously impair Cell's healing.
So it helped that Cell could fall back on his martial arts abilities in a pinch.
Despite effectively being a newborn, Cell's genetic instincts allowed him to best Earth's most skilled warriors back to back to back.
Metal may have copied Eggman's brains, but he definitely isn't as good of a fighter. The Sonic heroes haven't trained
Nope.
like the Z fighters, and Metal's been beaten by all of them a bunch of times. So all that
Right.
in mind, abilities is roughly a wash.
Which leaves
Fair
us
enough.
with the one thing they're both known for, their capability to evolve and become more powerful in response to their opponents, aka
Right.
their adaptation.
Adaptation.
And frankly,
Okay.
that's where this back and forth completely breaks. Because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, Metal can copy Cell, but Cell can't absorb Metal.
Cell's ability
Nope.
to physically absorb an opponent is primarily viable against foes he can match or overpower.
Even if he took Metal by surprise, he can't absorb fully inorganic robots like Android
Nope.
16.
Yeah.
Cell was only able to absorb androids 17 and 18 because they were primarily organic.
They're actually more like cyborgs and are only called androids in the English translation.
But they're still
On
they're
the
still
other hand,
human.
can copy a target's biodata through only a few seconds of direct eyesight, something he could easily accomplish during a time stop.
And using it on Cell means he wouldn't just get Cell's powers, but the powers of all of the Z Warriors too.
Remember,
True.
Metal's copying applies to abilities that fundamentally affect his own biology, like Espio's invincibility or Chaos's liquid body. Nothing Cell has would be off limits, especially given all of Cell's powers were genetically encoded in the first place, quite literally biodata.
Cell's Saiyan power-ups? Copied.
Right.
Cell's regeneration? Copied. Cell's key techniques? Believe it or not, copied.
Chaos
Considering that's why he was able to use the Kamehameha.
Emeralds are described as being able to produce life energy, similar to Ki. So there's a precedent for him being able to replicate Cell's power set. And at this point, there's nothing stopping Metal from, say, stopping time and using a Kamehameha to vaporize him at a cellular level. Just
Which is what he basically kind of did to end the fight, but no.
like Gohan did.
What's the
Cell
power of the
might be able
Chaos
to do
Emerald?
anything the Z Fighters know how to do, but that's not gonna help him, cause Metal can do anything Cell knows how to do. Strange,
Right.
isn't it?
Cell just doesn't have any options to retaliate that Metal wouldn't also possess, including any of his previous advantages. Metal's copy ability is just that overpowered.
Oh, I guess now I get why they
Let me
called
take
it
it for
Sonic
that.
CD.
And why's that?
Cell died.
Ah,
Where's he?
good one.
You get it? CD? Where's? Where,
He
where you
walked
go?
away.
Come on back.
the winner's
Next
Metal
time
Sonic.
on.
Well, congratulations, Metal Sonic. You finally get the respect and, dub you deserve. Victory for Metal! I was rooting for him anyway, so.
Death Battle.
Alright, who's the next time? Who's this? Wait. Do I see... Oh! Hey, Bakugo! And whoever you are.
Subscribe and join as a member.
Bakugo versus Reze. I think that's how it's pronounced. What anime are you from? I'll find out before it releases. But hey, congratulations to my boy Metal Sonic. Alright, so I like that one. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to really do a live reaction to Ichigo versus Yusuke, but I was like, alright, I'm not gonna miss this one. When they announced this one, I was like, okay. Interesting? I wonder how this is gonna play out. Yeah, I can see the comparison since they're both, robots in some form. Excuse me. But it played out not as how I expected it to be, but really good. And if this is Devil Artemis's last work episode for Death Battle, then congratulations, you're going out with a bang. And it was great voice acting. You never fail with that. Just saying. So yeah. And I want to check out some of these comments real quick, just to be sure. Maybe the most powerful thing. That was a cold ass. Yeah, that's what I was saying too. I was saying that too. Alright. Does a machine like yourself experience fear? Careful, Cell. Your Vegeta is showing. Yeah, it was around that time. In this case, Metal has no fear. So, oh nah, Metal Sonic mimicking Cell's head tapping taunt back at him went hard as fuck. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like that was a sick taunt right there for Metal to do. It was like, yeah, it did go hard. Metal Sonic went hard in this fight, and I love it. And I loved Devil Artemis's impression of Metal Sonic. Well, Neo Metal Sonic to be more exact. But you know, his voice of Neo Metal Sonic, it kind of reminded me a little bit of his All For One's voice when he was doing that in his All For One videos. Just saying. Alright. Noticed how Metal Sonic stayed in super form? This is a reference to his back surgery after carrying Eggman vs. Bowser. Right. I mean, seeing how I played on this one, I was like, dog. Bro was training for a rematch? Yeah, I was like, they really downplayed him in that one. After seeing everything, it was like, yeah, I feel like y'all definitely downplayed him in that. Yeah, just, you know, yeah, till this day, he's still a little hunched, yet he still keeps putting in that work. Yep. Yeah. So, one guy, Metal isn't mocking let me speak. Metal isn't just mocking Cell's pose. This is the same pose Cell did when he explained to Gohan about the nucleus in his head. Metal's basically hinting at Cell that he also knows how his greatest weakness. Good point. Good point. It was a fun little reference though that he was doing, but yeah. Kermit's never gonna let Cell live this one down. Dude, Devil Artemis. I hope in some of your future videos you will have a Metal Sonic video and you will reference this. Please do that. Please. That will be funny as shit if you do something like that. Everyone, go donate to Devil Artemis. We need to have this kind of thing referenced after this death battle. Because he needs that money. You are dealing with the ultimate life form. I already have his data. It's already in. The moment I heard all of life form data successfully completed, I knew it was over. Yeah, I probably should have guessed that too. But I'm just guessing. I thought they would have downplayed Metal Sonic here, like they did in the last time, and like a lot's changed since him versus Zero 2. That was like, shit, it's like 10, 11 years ago now. Damn, I feel old. Just knowing it was that long ago. Yeah. If you are old, then so am I. That one also went hard. I agree. That tri-beam was personal. Oh, I'm Metal Sonic, and I'm gonna turn triangles into squares. It's all fun and games until Cell hears life form data copied. Yeah. But yeah, I'd give this one. Definitely give this one a 10 out of 10. You know, for Devil Artemis' last death battle he worked on, props to him. Can't wait to see what more happens. But again, I know with these results, like I always say, I always take the results and research with Death Battle with a grain of salt, because they do get a lot of things wrong, and they still do at times. I think this one wasn't too bad, but yeah. Metal Sonic definitely winning, I agree with, and I'm glad he won. That's who I was rooting for, so yeah. But, let's see what happens next time with Bakugo. I'm curious to see how Bakugo is going to go up against this person. Reason that I have no idea who this is about. But in the meantime, let's celebrate Metal Sonic's victory. Congrats to Metal Sonic.